episode of the Tolleson-Mack podcast. I'm Brandon Shelton. My man Brandon Brown. Macklee and Blaine Bradley are here today. We got a cattle buyer, feedlot guy, just basically your all-around hand, and we got his wife, the turquoise slinger.
That's right.
So this one's really for Sarah and Hayden, my wife and daughter. That's pretty much why we brought her on here. I think I'm going to go broke after this. But this podcast is brought to you by Hauser Built up there in Camp Verde. The boys are cranking it out. They got the bell flippers going. They got the retriever beds going. What else they got going on? Oh, they just finished their corn.
Yeah, the corn season in the books, 2023. Yeah, everything was good this year.
Do a big corn fest up there. You guys ever been up there, Camp Verde Corn Fest?
No.
Yeah, check that out if you like sweet corn. They're a huge supporter of the podcast and real good dudes. Do a good job. So let's crack into you. Where are you from? What are you all about?
I was born and raised here in Arizona. I'm from Queen Creek, and I stay at home and raise babies.
From the QC.
That's right.
My wife, that's her style too. So yeah, she likes that.
Home, raise babies, and sling turquoise.
There you go. How's the QC nowadays? It's been a long time since I've been out there, but
I try not to even go there myself anymore. We live in Coolidge now. That place is just packed of people.
Last time I was in Queen Creek, it seemed to me, and this could be totally wrong, but it seemed to me like there was like one freaking road in and one road out.
Ellsworth Road.
Yeah, and everybody that lived in Queen Creek went on that same road.
Yeah, there's 4 stop signs, and that's how you got there.
Yeah, and they just kept building houses and forgot that they needed to get the people to drive in there. That is wild over there. That whole east side, but they got to be filling up, right? They got to be about touching gold.
Well, that's what, driving over here, Blaine and I were like, they'll just stick a house anywhere, you know?
Damn right.
You would think.
Like Mercer's, I never thought, right there where they put that house is, right smack in their arena, you know?
He shortened the arena.
Yeah.
That was the catchphrase.
He went out there with a tape measure, and he's like,
we are going to make room.
Yeah, we got room.
We can still butt bulls on the north side of this deal.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, they just sold the last 2 big farms over there in Queen Creek. So it was Ellsworth and then Jimbo Wells, their family, right there across from the pork shop.
I'm not sure around there.
So the pork shop, shout out to the pork shop. The best green chili burritos.
They're so good.
So where's that at?
Jason, the guy with the mustache. Yeah.
Where's this at? Pork shop.
Over there in
You
QC.
just got to know how to get there.
Okay.
It's
I can't even tell you, but I can drive there right now.
You're not a local. You're not in.
I think it's on Ocotillo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bro. And it's about the size of this.
They've extended it, so it is a little bigger. But when I was a kid, it was as big as this desk.
When we got our processing plant at first, they introduced us to that guy Jason, and we ended up buying some equipment from him. And man, that dude was so cool. Anything you need to know.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, he wasn't. It's not like farming, right? So Brandon, you can attest to this, right? If the farmer next to you has some nice hay, you can't go to that guy and be like, "What fertilizer did you use?" He ain't gonna tell you.
Not telling you.
He's not gonna tell you. This Jason guy, he would probably have came to my processing plant and helped me. Yeah. That's how cool that dude was.
That's cool.
Well, we got through the QC. What about Clovis, New Mexico?
Hey,
Wind blows, it's flat.
Yeah. So that's the extent of Clovis. If you're working on a tourism board,
You'd be like, well, what else do we see?
What else do they do over there? They have the Clovis Rodeo.
They do have closed rodeo. There's World Series a couple times a year.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And does Matthew and Len Cattle, is that their area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris Francis will handle all that. And they have a big horse sale. They have 4, 5, maybe 6 horse sales a year, Clovis horse sales. And they're all moved to level land now since COVID.
Man, let's talk about the horse market. Usually Caesar's here. We get to talk about the horse market, which he's super knowledgeable on that. That's the guy, if you're sitting and watching a performance horse sale with Caesar, he'll say, that horse is going to bring about 46.5. And he's within $500 every horse, every time. That dude knows his shit when he comes.
He'll know. He couldn't tell you what the guy had on his head, what ball cap he was wearing or something, but he could tell you everything about that horse. He had the mark right above his eye. That guy knows his horses. So.
Yeah, and the papers. Man, he knows all the papers and stuff. It's pretty cool to listen to that. But for us normal people, I noticed I even noticed the other day that Velasquez's took some horses to Bowie. Is that a big horse sale now?
Huge
horse sale.
Yes.
What are you seeing in that market? Are you seeing kind of those horses on the upswing, like they're gonna get to that high dollar thing, or is there like a $5,000 horse and a $15,000 horse and a $50,000 horse?
There's a lot of that. Right after COVID, there was a lot of $100,000 horses.
Yeah, everybody's sitting at the house.
Yes, and they
Not working, but spending $100,000.
had
Buying turquoise and buying horses.
And, I see a lot of that. Those guys got hung out on the horses, and now they're trying to get rid of some of them. It's taking a breath, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The high end horses are still going to bring a lot of money. The lower end horses are having a little more trouble getting sold.
So realistically, what's the price you would say on a lower end horse? I mean, I just don't. There's no more $7,500 horses out there most of them.
Yeah, under 10,000. There's a lot of, like, during COVID, the Colts were bringing 10,000.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing the Colts, like, they're begging to get 5,000.
But for one that's you could go to World Series on, it's 15 and up, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't price them at 15, they won't even come look at them.
Yeah, that's
Because they figure something's wrong.
yeah.
Yep. 100%. He's either wild or bronc or he's
Mhm.
crippled, something like that. There's always something. But if somebody tells you they got a $7,500 head horse,
Yeah. Look the
watch
other
out.
way.
Yeah.
Watch out. There's a hole in them somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody's just got to find it.
Yeah, because you can win that much in water open.
That same thing kind of holds true, and we'll get into this with you because you bought cattle and cattle buyer and stuff. But like good quality cattle always bring good quality money. Like right now, yeah, we're seeing a crazy rise in the cattle market, and Corrientes are bringing $800. I mean, that ain't gonna hold on forever.
No.
But good quality cattle are gonna bring a good quality price, right?
Yep.
I mean, so pretty much holds true with horses,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
matter where you're at, doesn't matter if you're at a big, huge cell like Clovis or a little bitty cell, a good horse is still going to bring enough money, to get you out of him. When them guys are trying to get 50 grand for one, maybe not, but within that $25,000 range, that's really not out of the realm these days for somebody to spend that much.
I see it. The horse deal, and like Brandon said, there used to be around here, there's a lot of guys that rope and everything around here. And, your horse gets hurt or something, you could really get on the hunt and find you one for 5,000-6,000 somewhere else. I think those days are gone.
Way gone.
Yeah.
But it's starting to level out, I think.
It's taking a breath for sure. And right now,
Summer,
most cowboys don't have any money right now to buy a horse, and they're kind of trying to sell one. But when the winter picks back up and stuff especially starts happening out here, the horse market it just stays strong, especially in the team roping world. If there's that much money in Vegas to be given away, they're going to be trying to ask a lot of money for horses.
What's your favorite part of doing it? You like to break them and do the whole process, or you?
Man, I like a 3 and 4 year old. That's
Yeah.
my favorite year, and take them after they've already been started. Put 10 rides on them. I can take them from there.
Yeah.
And I'd like to go ranch on them. Ranching, I think, is the only way to make a horse for me, because they could just learn how to do everything. And they
I 100% agree with that.
every aspect we ask one to do in the team roping pen. That's 10 seconds work for them. When they're used to working their butt off all day for us, and we let them go rope 5 steers, put them up.
And start enjoying that.
That's not much of a job anymore.
Yeah.
Start appreciating. Well, they start getting better at it. They know if they do it right, they get to stop. And
There's something to be said for that too, because I bought some horses, and then used it on the ranch, this and that. We raised it on the rocks, and we go stick it in the corral. We go to roping on it, and the sucker starts losing weight. It's like, and I'm feeding KB Farms hay. I'm feeding Total Equine. I'm feeding everything I can feed, and my guy's got this horse on the walker when I'm not there, and he's losing weight. But yet we turn him out on the grass pasture, Bermuda grass, and he looks like a big old fat tick.
Yep.
And I think you're right. Like some horses fit certain deals, or they get used to it, or whatever.
Caesar always says, the rodeo horses, they have to be a warrior, and I was like, that's whatever. And then I started to think, to get in that trailer and go all across this country, drinking different water. I don't know if I was. I'm glad I'm.
Well, yeah, because a lot of guys will tell you,
horse.
we only drive them for. Like they do got to be warriors, right? Because Caesar ain't here, so we can say like these dudes, they got to say what's right. They're gonna be like, oh no, we drive for 6 hours and we let them out and we give them water and We brush them and we talk to them and we show them their papers and let them know what they're all about. And then we let them back in the trailer. No, if them dudes got to be from point A to point B, and it takes 12 hours and they've got 11 hours to do it.
He ain't getting out.
They're gonna make it in 10.
Cedar told me before, like, you pull over, he has to take a nap. You don't unload the horses while he's sleeping on the side of the road. He just takes him a nap. The horses just sit there.
They're chilling. Well, I mean, so it goes to the point, like they're warriors.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't think people give the rodeoing and the cowboy industry enough credit for that, right? And I'm not here looking for credit for team ropers or PRCA guys, but just that whole deal in general. Like we were talking to Isaac Diaz and Clayton Bigelow at Prescott, and they're like, yeah, we're up here tonight, tomorrow in Utah, the next day we're in Montana. And I mean, they're just on the roll.
Have you ever been out there on the road? Rodeoing? How about you?
No.
No. So you've been rope for your whole life, you said? And
Yep.
I heard rumor you won a 12.
Yeah, I won a
She's
couple.
probably won a couple, huh?
Let's talk about that.
I mean,
I imagine.
She said she won a lot of 12s. Well, don't say that because they won't let her rope them anymore.
They don't let either one of us really.
No. The breakaway world and stuff wasn't what it is when I was, breakawaying or going to school or going to amateur rodeos or whatever.
You did it when you were growing up, breakaway? Yeah.
It wasn't what it is
we had
today.
We had Larry on here, Larry D. Guy.
Uh-huh.
Man, she was cool.
She was
really
super cool.
Yeah.
Good person.
So you go a lot, like the World Series and
Well,
that
now
kind of
that
stuff?
we've had the quadruplets, we don't go.
How about we touch on that? The quadruplet. Real quick. Well, we had quadruplets.
Yeah, now
that's what my wife's gonna love this
I think
episode.
the last time we went the 4th of July over at Williams, and I haven't really went anywhere else since. I mean, I grew up going to the junior rodeos and the high school rodeos and then the college rodeos, and I'd go rope at the U.S. Ropens as a kid. The the World Series weren't a big deal then. And so then when we could go to the World Series, we'd go to the World Series and stuff like that.
Crazy.
But
Quadruplet. So wow. So I mean,
so
what do you do? Like you're just chilling.
My wife would love to be here to ask you 1,000
that's
questions
so
right
cool.
now. That is so. You got
That's the
4
coolest
moving
picture.
around. Was it like
Four of 'em.
like the craziest feeling?
Crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
See if you can put this on the camera or something. This is like maybe the.
did you
coolest
have any
picture
kids
ever.
before this?
No.
No.
So
Wow.
They're IVF babies.
And
So
how tough are these kids gonna be? Oh.
That is crazy.
Already on the saddle, Craig.
I got 4 kids, but not in one shot. Like,
Mhm.
jeez Louise.
Shout out to Craig.
They're meaner than junkyard dogs.
That's a cool picture.
Isn't that crazy?
You'll have to send us that picture and we'll have Craig like
That's
we
crazy.
can put it right here.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they are monsters.
So yeah, walk us down that road. They're what babies you said?
They're IVF babies. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to
so-
know a lot about this.
I had a lot of miscarriages before them, and so then we decided to go the IVF way, and we got my eggs out and whatever. We didn't really have very many strong eggs because
Apparently you had 4.
they're freaking strong.
Real strong.
Because they grade them. And so he said, well, I said, oh, I could just have twins and then be done, because it's expensive and it's a lot of work and it's emotional.
So you just want to get it over one
yeah,
shot.
let's just be done with
That's
it.
cool.
And,
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is coming to me now.
Mhm.
You're friends with BA
Yeah,
and Lariat.
yep.
They called you from my wedding to ask you about a table that you had.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, the quad
Deb.
table.
Deb called you
Yeah.
about the quad table.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I'm going to have 2, I might as well have 4. And Deb's like, I know somebody that had
We
4.
just-
Hold on, we're going to call them.
We just put it outside. We're done with it.
Yeah. They called you because I keep teasing my wife that I want to have twins. I said, I want to have a couple twins. And I said, but I mean, we're going to have twins. We might have 4. And I said that in front of Deb, and it was on. Boy,
Yeah.
she was ready. She knew somebody. Here, you got to call this person, talk to her about that. She knew everything
Yeah.
about it. That's crazy.
So
Small
we
world.
ended up putting 3 embryos in. I guess that's what you call them. Yeah,
Yeah,
eggs.
There you go.
And
They
They
were
all-
thinking one was going to work
yeah,
Wow.
when they put
because
the
they
3.
weren't like
They
there's
weren't.
nothing wrong with them, but they like aren't high quality.
So there's 3. So where's
Yeah.
the,
One-
so
the math.
there's one more.
One split.
Oh,
An
is
egg
that
split.
normal?
No, so those are my redheaded twin girls. They're identical.
Oh, so hold on. So you have the two girls are identical,
Wow,
and the other
this is
two
not a
aren't.
podcast.
No, they're
for me.
fraternal.
Let's talk about that right now.
Were
Like,
they-
this should be Karina
okay.
and Sarah
They're
sitting up here.
twins. They're twins, right?
Right.
And then
Brown haired girl.
okay, and then these
And that's the boy.
the boy and the girl they don't look alike.
No.
So were you planning on all them looking alike, or the
Yeah, how does that?
We knew the two would look
A
alike.
split.
and could you pick a boy?
Well, you could have, but we didn't have them sexed.
You just said let it roll.
Let it roll.
So there's a potential that you could have picked your whole family out how you wanted.
Absolutely.
Really?
Mhm.
You
I
could
didn't
have
know
said
that.
all 4 boys, all 4 girls.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, I could have 4 irrigators, 4 secretaries.
Exactly. That would have been done.
Holy cow! And then I like your approach though. Just boom.
Just let
You
it
know?
roll. Let's
No, but all at the same
let's
time,
just
like
get this out of the way.
that's.
Man, you got shoot help top and bottom.
I'd go back.
Right? Top
All
and bottom.
cleaners.
That's crazy.
All cleaners like crazy.
That is awesome.
Ranch rodeo team, basketball team.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah, when you guys are gonna
Wow.
show up, they're gonna be like,
Well, here they are.
Oh, here's the Bradleys.
Imagine
like when the Bradleys show up to soccer tryouts.
how many
They're gonna
people in
be like, "Oh,
the world do that, like, or,
So it's like 1 in 800,000.
and then to have
Do you
4
ever
though.
think about buying a
1 in
lottery?
800,000.
Oh, that's damn.
Yeah.
You
I
thought
told
about buying
Blaine
a
we
lottery?
should go buy one. Well, we
Oh,
do
the
when
bus?
they get high.
Yeah.
The
A lottery ticket.
Oh, lottery ticket.
A bus.
Yeah.
We did buy a van.
How about poor Blaine? Like when they're all like 15 and 6
I know.
months. Oh shit! We gotta buy
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 cars.
It's
4
Monday,
Cars.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
They're gonna have to
Thursday,
share a car.
Wow.
Buy 'em
Each,
all a minivan, or buying one minivan.
each one of them.
and they all got the same birthday.
Yep,
Yeah.
March 30th.
Wow,
Oh, a couple
29.
days after mine.
Mhm.
Yeah, a couple days after mine.
that's crazy.
That's a legendary. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
that in
le-
September, it's
legend-
real close.
legend shit
That's
happens around,
September.
around there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is way cool. Yeah, but that's wild because Deb didn't tell me that. Boy, she was all excited.
I bet. Deb made them blankets and
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
She comes and sees them.
She's
Kind of
cool,
thing.
yeah.
So when you guys are doing this process, did you guys lay in bed one day and be like, all right, how many? And then you said twins, but 4 was like, was there like any concerns, like
No, they're
health
saying they didn't
concerns,
know
like for
that.
you?
No, we were super lucky. So I carried them to 30 weeks, which your uterus.
Here we go.
Your
Yeah.
uterus. thinks
I know ovulating. I know what that means.
You know that.
I know that one. That's a good one.
Your uterus thinks you're 60.
Dr. B.
Yeah, so your uterus mine thought it was 60 weeks because there were so many in there. So I carried them to 30
Well, some
weeks.
bitch got a calculator.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were in the NICU for 10 weeks. Yep. So
And how much did they weigh? All like close to the same, or?
3.
the Quattro, who's the little boy, he weighed 3 pounds. And the
Wow,
girls
How
weighed-
cool is that
That's-
name, though?
Quattro.
I like
his middle
that.
name.
Rob
that's-
Quattro.
That's
Rob
badass.
Quattro.
I like that name. That's way
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
So, I mean, how about you? Is that a little hard on you?
I mean,
He's like, the only thing hard was the bed I slept on right there on the side, just like me.
exactly. There was one time when they all come home, well, they had to stay in our room till they were
Right.
8 months old or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was a baby by me, there was a baby by Mackley in the closet. And there was 2 right in front of our bed. And then we got 2 dogs. Like we got the whole family, but the horses in our bedroom. No, it was a learning experience. It was scary. It
I can
was
imagine,
emotional.
man.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. But now looking back on it, you wouldn't change.
Oh,
nothing,
of course
you know.
not. No.
No,
Yeah, we
yeah.
always look at
But I mean, it's something like, you're having one baby. There's
Yeah.
things you expect, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do this, you're going to do that. It's like, you're
Boom.
going to have 4.
we always look at the Goldies and we're like, which one's the original one?
Yeah.
No, I can remember we had one. I mean, it was mine, and my wife's first kid ever, obviously. And so we're sitting there, and there was some time like, he's choking. Like, you're gonna help her. Like, she's like, it's fine, it's fine. So I
What
can
about by the
imagine.
time you got to the 4th one?
Oh shit!
Didn't even
Go
know.
to a bottle of water. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
No, it's easy now. Shit. But I can imagine 4.
Because they say that, right? Like the first one, you bubble wrap them,
Yeah.
And the second, I see that with my sister-in-law. Like she has a little boy named Crew and the baby girl named Colby. And Crew, man, when he was born, it was like they bubble wrapped him. Like he couldn't bump into nothing without him running over there and making sure he's okay. Fucking Colby just plows through stuff, and like they don't even care,
That's how ours are.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm saying,
They
right?
care.
So if they all 4 come at the same time,
Survival of the fittest.
There ain't no bubble wrapping going on
No,
over
they're
there.
just like feral kittens.
Did the paper write an article about you guys?
They
anything?
should have.
No.
No, nothing. No
Probably
publicity.
gonna call
Too
the
many
Team Roping
quads.
Journal.
Surprisingly, there's a lot of quads in Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah.
She said
So
1-800-1000. That's crazy. 1-800-1000.
It's so hot outside. There's probably a lot of quads because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Not a
we're
lot
moving
of-
back to Texas.
Exactly. The interesting information I got was this guy over here that doesn't talk a whole lot just happens to be a number 9 healer.
No way. That's what's up.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, he's a number 9 healer. I'm like, wait, hold on, what? She's like, but he never got his card. I was like, okay, again, I'm just, hold on, I'm new, but number 9. And she goes, oh, his PRCA card. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
And what's
So,
your number?
I'm a 5.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Five
I like
plus,
it.
what, 5 plus?
5 plus.
She got lowered. We both got lowered. I'm actually an 8
Oh
plus.
yeah, we did get lowered.
Oh, you're an A plus now?
We're trying to
Oh,
talk.
that's
I forgot
fine.
we got lowered.
We're still
I
calling
didn't
you if we
forget.
need you. We're still
Well,
calling
we
you.
were a 5 plus and a 9, but we got lowered to a 5 and an 8 plus.
So why don't we talk about that for a second? What do you guys think about that numbering system?
I don't mind it.
Like, are you cool with it? Like, do you think? I mean, they do overall. They do a pretty good job, right? Some people are gonna bitch. Like, you see the same guy packing a 4 card around, winning,
Yeah.
you know, winning these jackpots every weekend,
Those
taking
are
the
my
saddle home
favorite guys.
every weekend.
They bumped their number and they're like, I can't believe
I
they moved
cannot
me.
believe
Oh, okay.
they bumped me to a 5.
What do you think was gonna happen, bro?
So they lowered you. You were 9. They lowered you down. And how did that happen? So I know everybody that has gotten their number raised has the story. You know,
They know where
call
they were at.
me or-
They know what time or where they were at.
We
and-
thought-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the goddamn flagger. You know, like custom Dustin Hicks up and down.
We thought we were gonna get to go again,
Right.
but we didn't.
So what did they email you and say? Hey, by the way, Merry Christmas.
She called.
I
You
called.
called. She called in, and because we knew that was when Massengill was running the deal at the time, and we called him.
I bet I can get our numbers lowered. Maybe we can go again.
So, man, I had
Was this pre or post quadruplets?
pre
Middle.
Oh, middle.
Pre?
pre-babies.
Pre-babies.
Way pre-babies. Yeah.
Did you happen to mention that you were gonna have quadruplets?
No, I should.
'Cause I would've
back
lowered your
now.
That would
number.
have helped.
Now we're good. Now she might get a 4.
Yeah, I would have lowered your
I have
number.
4 babies.
I would have been like, man, this poor lady and guy, they like need something to do.
Please let them go rope on the weekend.
Let them go rope wherever they want. Like, you're gonna get an exemption card. Just go rope wherever you
I
want.
guess we did get them lowered after we left the
Feedlot. Yep.
at Douglas.
Because we haven't bought our, while we were working at the ranch, we didn't buy our World Series stuff.
Never left.
We never left the ranch.
And you guys worked for Rick
Correct,
Keekeffer,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
At K4?
In Douglas?
Douglas.
Douglas.
All
Douglas.
the time.
Border trash.
How close is that to the border?
Well, our house was a mile.
And
from
it
the
was
border.
right up against the border?
Pretty much.
And
There's
the
one
ranch?
little ranch in between that one and.
Walmart and us.
Okay, so I was there when Trump got elected.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
And I don't know if y'all know, on the borders, them people that live in Mexico, they have a crossing card and they get to come over and go eat, and go to Walmart and stuff. Well,
Yeah, I go to Palomas all the time, and I see
yeah, same deal. So for 2 weeks after Trump became president, there was not one person at Walmart.
We'd go eat dinner and come in, and there would be a
So,
border
but,
patrol with 3 or 4 or 5 illegals sitting there.
but that's,
Driveway.
you're
Yeah,
talking.
we'd have to drive around them to get to the house.
You're talking about like the people that are allowed to come back and forth with like a little cart or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean like through your ranch, you're out there cowboying. Did you see everything I could think of? I mean, you're out. I mean, how did you feel? I mean, you were always strapped. I mean, you always had to protect yourself. But
Yeah.
did it make your? I mean, was that nerve wracking? You know, like what am I doing out here for a cow? You know what I
I've
mean?
never seen anything like that.
I could imagine
But-
closest thing you could come to like a combat zone. You know, I guess.
We always had a Mexican worker with us, so
That's smart.
if we ran into a drug guy or something, he'd go
You
talk to
tell
him.
them, hey, we're just doing our job.
Well, yeah, when I moved down there, they kind of gave me the manager job of the deal of the operation, and the border patrol came and talked to me,
Mhm.
and we had a meeting in the parking lot. The guy straight up asked me, he's like, "Do you pack?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you got?" I told him the rifle I had. So to keep it on the dash.
See,
That's
I
when
mean-
I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, that might be a clue.
This is serious. We're not messing around anymore. But no, I've seen herds of 20. I've
Mhm.
seen skeletons. I've seen
Bales.
human skeletons. We've seen bales of marijuana.
Yeah.
They say don't touch them because they're
They're
watching from the hills.
Oh,
They always have an eye
So-
on
So
everything.
they're dropping the bales and then somebody comes.
Yeah,
and
because if
picks
they have
them
to
up.
run,
Oh.
they leave them and they'll tell their man where they were, and then they keep an eye on everything. You don't.
so you're out there cowboying, just you and a couple of your guys out there and getting some cows. I mean, that's an eerie ass feeling to feel like up in that mountains. There's eyes up there.
There
Do you guys do much cowboying at night?
Never.
No, hell no.
Well, I mean, process it, not
Right, right.
process.
At that point, you get your beef at Walmart.
Yeah.
The guys from K4 headed to Walmart. Yeah.
Too much cowboy for me.
Yeah, Colton Clem told me he went down there like he day work down there on the border, and he said he'd come up on them guys, and they would like be. One guy he came up on was lighting a fire in the middle of the road, and he said that they do that so the border patrol picks it up, and then they come pick them up.
Yeah.
Like the guy illegal from Mexico is trying to get caught.
We could call and tell them that they were there, but like you weren't allowed to like give them a ride or anything because then like they can charge you with like smuggling or something. You give them water and stuff, but that's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, oh man, it'd be like I see kids walking through the desert like that. Could you imagine they're all blistered up feet and I'm taking that kid. We're gonna go and whatever. You know what I mean? Like it has arrest me for that, but I mean, but the flip side of it is all the other bad stuff that comes through there. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's the tough part.
Yeah,
right?
it's not the people that are just trying to make the better life. Like I'm all about that, but man,
Same.
it just sucks. All the other stuff that has to go along with it. Like,
Well, then
sucks.
they figured out that using those people that are trying to get a better life to pack their dope over here,
or they'll
pack-
kill them.
or they kill them. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I'm with you. Like down there at Hyder, or like when we had that farm in Gila Bend, like them guys would be crossing through there, and they'd come up to me, water,
Yeah.
agua. And man, we'd get them water and give them water and everything. And the border patrol one day told me, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like, it ain't
Yeah.
got nothing to do with my political views, or it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't care who you are. You stop me and want some water, and I got it. I'm giving it.
You're
to you.
not supposed to like give them anything. It's
Yeah,
like
that's what
you
they're
just want
saying.
us to like be like, okay, you little lizard.
Yeah, how about
like,
you die?
You know?
Yeah.
like-
I mean, fuck, I give a dog some
but
water.
then-
yeah.
But then look at this side of it. If you're a border patrol agent and you're sitting out there and all them guys on the hills that you're worried about looking at that bale of hay, how do you know that dude ain't gonna pick you off? Like a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see how they would get in that mindset.
Absolutely.
Like, don't
100%.
talk to
Yeah.
these bitches,
They will. Yeah, they'd soon shoot them.
Yeah.
How many other ranches have you in Arizona? Or
That's all I've worked on. Arizona, I worked on that one. When I first started for the K4, I started in Prescott and
Okay.
helped them up there. And we did their horse sale, and then I helped them through a fall
Well,
works
you were saying you guys did the first.
horse sale.
Yeah, we're going to that.
Yeah, the
Like-
legacy.
It's a
Yep,
cool sale.
it's a good sale.
Really cool sale.
how many horses they sell roughly?
30, 40,
30, 40? That's
Yep.
cool.
It's
And
very-
they're all working.
all ranch horses.
Ranch
all their horses.
Yeah,
They might let some outside horses, but they have to have their bloodline.
or they got to be, from a ranch around there.
Rick was telling me what he tells everybody is if you buy a horse from me from the legacy, that horse has went backwards as many miles
Yeah.
as it's went forward. He said because we ride them and we use them.
Yeah.
That's why they don't lead either.
You just ride them
everywhere.
You touched on something earlier that I think is a great point. These guys get these horses and they buy them, put them in the stall, and I mean some people can't go down and ride them on the ranch. Everybody knows that.
Correct.
But you touched on it. If you're using that horse all day long, and then when you go rope on him, it's 10 seconds worth of work. That ain't nothing for him.
No, it's
Keeps his
fun.
mind right, and
It's fun
everything's
for him then.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know their job is, then that's play, basically.
Yeah,
It's a fun
like
deal.
Sarah was telling us, her breakaway horse goes to the ranch in Sligman, and they called her, and she had to turn around, and come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sarah rides them all. She don't care.
She's been a hand though since she was a kid. Her and her brother Clayton.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to ride that white horse that Tough Creeper's riding. I got to rope on him a lot.
So you're an 8 now, but you were a 9. So how fast did you bounce
Very
up?
fast,
It was very.
fast. Yeah.
What ages were you like when you
Yeah.
started?
I kind of messed around jackpotting my whole life, but when I started working for Timberlake Ranch in Hereford, Texas, and I can't remember. I think it was about 2011, and I was a 5+. And I went to work for Monroe, and he had a herd of head horses, and I had one little dinky hill horse. And we roped a lot. We take care of outside cattle, ranch, worked on the ranch, did everything, and we rope every day. And that's where I really picked it up because Monroe would turn me the same steer every time. And I didn't realize what was happening,
Yeah.
but I was developing my catch
That's awesome.
and timing. And I roped goats, as a
Mhm.
kid a lot.
Yeah.
So it really,
That's what Caesar talks
Yeah.
about all the time.
Big time.
I think it's a big deal.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Because it just it makes
Keeps
you
you-
aggressive.
yeah,
you know,
for
it
sure.
gets you
Because
aggressive.
you gotta have a fast swing. It has to be real timed.
Yeah, and if you can grow up a goat, cow's easy.
That's what everybody says.
But they have goat ropings where
Mhm.
I grew up. So,
Yeah.
they have the world championship goat roping.
And it happens so fast. Like it's just reaction. Like
Yeah, it's all
throw
reaction.
it down there.
So once I tell you guys who the match is, you're gonna go think of that. Actually, but we'll do it a little differently. I figured out who the match was. Give me your top 3 calf ropers to ever come out of Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona, top 3.
Are there that many?
That's all there is.
This
That's
is
going
not
way
a
back.
calf roping state.
I don't even know. Arizona.
Joseph Parsons.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm gonna go up there and cheer for Joseph.
I think Joseph bought one there last year.
Yeah, I think
Bought a
that's
horse
what it
there.
is.
Okay.
And they're roping on their horses.
Yeah,
And stuff like
we
that.
have one. We still
Yeah.
have a K4 horse. Yep, he's
Oh,
good.
so you're a 5. I'm
Uh,
just trying to see how my
Okay.
my life's working out. So it's all fucked
Am I
up.
behind?
A little bit. A little bit.
But when I went to work with Monroe, we got to rope it, and we were going to World Series and jackpotting a lot, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You got to consistently go. You got to have consistent partners,
Yeah.
and I really learned you got to look for the head horse who's got the best. If
Yeah.
you want to heal, if you're healing for money, you want to rope behind the best head horse on the ranch.
That's what. Yeah. For sure.
And I started picking it up, and me and Monroe started coming out here to Arizona. I'd heard about roping in Arizona my whole life, and I always thought it was just it's kind of like going to the NFR. It's not going to happen. That's be awesome. Anybody that ever swung a rope wants to do that, but he wanted to go to Arizona and sell horses, so we came out here and started jackpotting. We sold some horses, but I just started winning, and they made me I think the best year I had out here was a straight 8. Yeah, I won more money that year than I did anything. I think I won 40 grand or something, close to 50, just jackpotting around.
And where were you? You said
We were
Min-
staying in Congress.
No, but you come from where? You said you in Monroe,
Hereford.
Hereford. So
Texas.
that's like a pipe dream for people.
You
Let's
damn
go to
right.
Arizona.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy,
That's what I'm
huh?
saying, dude.
I mean, it's
Like,
huge.
We're the,
That's
we
why I
don't
took
realize
such
it, I
offense
guess.
about
You know what I mean?
the bull thing with Earnhardt. Like it just
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're Arizona, man.
Like-
Go play.
we gotta be proud about it,
Like,
right?
he said he put it in the same kind of category in the NFR. Like,
Yeah, just going and roping. out
That's
here,
awesome.
So do they let that, like, say when they bumped you up to a 9 after you had that really great year? Do they even let that sink in, or they're just kicking?
Hey,
you
they
right in
gave
the
me an
nuts
8
right
plus.
on the way home?
They straight up, I had an 8+, and I went to
Jeez.
the U.S. roping in Casa Grande. My dumb ass.
Where
entered-
nobody should be.
I entered the 12 Gold Plus because I was 25. I was a Gold Plus member. I entered 12 Gold Plus with, oh gosh, he's gonna be mad. I forgot his
Hey.
name.
I don't know.
Anyways, we win it. And I get back to Hereford. We head back home. We're done for the season, and I'm trotting across the wheat field checking cattle, and I get that funny phone call. I'm like, no way, y'all just made me an 8+. Like
Yeah.
I was an 8+ a month.
They're like,
Wow.
well, we obviously should have skipped right
It's like,
there.
well, I guess you're a 9 now. Oh.
Congratulations.
Do you have any like? I mean, I know you have 4 kids now, but like, I guess it'd be hard. I guess shouldn't even ask this question, but like, you're a 9+. Like, you ever think maybe I could dip my toe in it and
Well,
see where
yeah,
I can?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
we watch the Cowboy Channel all day, every day. It's just one of the things you see guys,
Yeah.
I've known Wesley Thorpe since he's 14 years old, roped against a lot of them guys, but
Yeah.
it's one of them things. It's just, I've never had any money
Yeah.
to go. I've been kind of on my own since I'm about 18. So, I've just been kind of bouncing around ranch to ranch, just doing what we can to get by. And I never really got to ride any good horses till I went to work for Monroe.
Yeah.
And he had a good string of horses.
It showed you what a good one was.
Oh, yeah. And then you're just like, wow,
Yeah.
this is what it's
Game
supposed
changer.
to feel like.
I recently bought a good horse, and man, the same thing. I was like, man, I was missing out all this time, one fighting me and all this stuff. And like, I guess when I first started, they like wanted to get me like, a cheap horse, to see if I was going to stay hooked or whatever. I'm like, golly, I've been driving this bicycle with the front tire going like this, I'm like, I can get an electric bike? Like,
They
shit.
say it costs the same to feed a shitty one. as it does
Damn
yours.
right. I feed a many of them.
Yeah, we started this deal, and Caesar was on here, boy, and just telling us about gotta ride a good one, gotta ride a good one. And we had Dennis Gates come on. Dennis was just cracking the stories, and then me and Dennis have become pretty good friends since he came on here. And he says, "What are you up to?" He says he'll call me like about every other morning. "What are you up to, stud?" I said, "Oh, we're gonna go rope over at my buddy's later on this afternoon." "Well, I'm gonna come up there." I said, "Okay." So he heads up, and I'm roping, and I'm doing okay. I thought I was doing okay. Apparently, I was not doing okay for Dennis. And Dennis says, "Here, let me have that horse. You get on this one." And he put me on one of his horses. And I told these guys, I said, it went from having to work to rope feet to just throw my rope down there where the feet were.
Yeah.
So much more
If that
fun.
makes sense, like it just whoop, and this horse stopped. And I mean, running down the arena, I could feel him bending, and I mean, he was just ready to do his job, and it
That
was
was
just
a
a
good
game
one.
changer.
I never understand. We have a roping camp too in the winter that a bunch of Canadians and stuff come to the house and rope, and they stay 3-4 months or whatever.
That's probably.
But I
super fun.
never understand why they all want a colt. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
I know.
Y'all go buy yourself like a 10,
Yeah.
15-year-old horse and
One
have
that's
fun.
and one that's already been through it. See the lights, the trash bag.
Yeah.
A guy named Corey Cushing.
Yeah.
He's the one
Yeah.
that broke or got my horse broke or
Okay,
whatever.
now we're name dropping.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just okay.
No, I didn't know
There we
who
go.
I had no idea who the hell this guy
Over here,
was.
right?
This
I,
one guy,
horses.
this
I never-
one guy headed for me,
Okay.
Trevor.
yeah, I had no idea. They're like telling me this. I went to a deal in Scottsdale and there's a picture of him. They're like, "That's the guy." I'm like, I didn't know who I did. I didn't know who he
Okay.
was.
I got mine from Corey.
I have no idea who this guy even was. I was like, I didn't know nothing about him.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Miles Baker missed for me at the finals.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was like, what?
We're just name dropping over here. No big deal. Don't worry about us.
I know Bob Scott owned him. I know that.
But
Bob
you're right,
Scott's
though.
my guy.
He is a good one.
Yeah.
And when you get to that level, so is there a market there, right? Like all these Canadian guys come in, and nothing against Canadians. I love Canadians. But all these guys come in and they're riding a bunch of colts because I see it too.
And
I mean, I live right here.
Most of them have quite a, if they're down here open for the winter, they're well
I
off.
just
You know what I mean?
I don't
Like-
understand it. Me, I would rather like be on that 15-year-old horse that I can
And just
warm up,
do the
go
job.
rope on,
For sure.
go to the jackpot, win on him, and put him
Load him in the trailer.
Give
Yeah.
him a treat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not one that's
Instead of
scared of
riding
you.
this colt,
Yeah.
I gotta get up 3 hours early.
Because then it's no
You know?
fun for them. They're
No.
not having no fun because they're not catching their horses running off. I'm like,
don't
this is supposed to be a
under-
fun experience.
Yeah, I don't understand
You're
it.
not roping to win the world. You're supposed to out here have fun.
Do you think that they're riding colts because 15, 20 years ago they could ride colts?
Yeah, they're still living their childhood.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to bet. I mean, obviously, I'm not picking anyone specific. I'm picking an entire country.
Yeah.
But, but you know, like I see it in Buckeye, same deal. You know, guys will be out there and you see the rig the dude shows up in,
Yeah.
$150,000 truck, $100,000
Yeah.
trailer.
And then they pull this dink out of the trailer,
The
and you're
tail's
like,
this short.
"What are you
Yeah.
doing?"
Even a farmer knows the tail has been longer than that,
But it
buddy.
needs to be a little longer than that. But it's just like, man, maybe.
I'd rather have that nice horse than that trailer.
Yeah. Me
But
too.
maybe that's what keeps the horse market up, right? Because when that guy gets tired of the colt, I don't give a shit. He's sitting at the horse auction. I'm gonna go win this weekend.
250.
Yeah, 250. I found an 8+ healer that they just dropped down
Yeah.
from a 9. We're taking it.
I
We're
know.
going to the jackpot. You know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Paying his fees, paying for everything.
we're paying for everything. But I think that probably does have something to do with the
It
with
does.
the horse market being high. You know, and then a thing I find funny is the vet check.
I
Right.
hate it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get this horse vet checked. Okay, well number one, if you want the horse, you're gonna buy the horse.
And there's
Correct.
not a vet that's gonna pass a horse.
Yeah.
There's just not.
No, you gotta justify. It's like my USDA inspector. They're not just gonna sit in their office. They gotta justify their existence.
Well, then they got to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, you gotta go outside. Yeah, exactly. So, but if a guy wants a horse, and I've heard this from more than one pro that's came on here, they've said, "Yeah, I sent this horse for a guy to try, and he called me a couple weeks later and said it didn't pass a vet check. So can we work on the price?" Nope, send him back.
Yeah.
And then they give the price that they originally asked, but they just got to try that a little bit. It's like a vet check is like a pricing tool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's something to it.
If they're sound, they're not that good, anyways.
Right? They just haven't been going enough.
The good
They're
ones
not
are always-
warriors.
Caesar's horse that Junior's riding.
Lucky Bucky.
Yeah. That check. Yeah. That horse, you know what I mean? He's still winning
He
number
was-
one in the world right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he sent us
You
a video. Caesar sent us a video last night of that horse leaving the box, and Junior was not ready.
Like
for
this,
that.
they shook the gate and the horse took off, and Junior goes.
You know how Junior does his layback?
But not on purpose
He
this
did
time.
not do it on purpose.
He wanted to be in the buggy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it is pretty cool to meet a bunch of these guys, you know. I mean, and you can always tell the guys that are pretty good because it's like you, like we had to get the number 9 out of you. We literally had to corner your wife to
Get it out of her.
right, get it out of her so we could get it out of you. You know, the guy that comes in here and tells you how great he is, you're like, okay,
Here we
pal. Okay, buddy. We'll see you in the $300,000 rig and the $1,500 pole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're the stock trailer people.
Yeah.
Pull up stock trailer ranch horse.
Those are always the best too. Those are the guys that always win. You know, they're trying to figure out, man. And then they're trying to sell the saddle that they won.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I ain't selling shit. When I win one, 'cause I'm gonna win one. Let me tell you. Shit, you know, I would say you gotta bring something home to mama. Like, you know, just got close. Didn't
I'm
make
going
the
one.
short go again.
I've only won one.
Really?
I've won
Yeah.
one saddle in my whole life, and I remember I was healing in Levine, and there was a whole bunch of guys there, and it was just me, and I just drew all my partners, and the first one my guy missed, my second one I legged him, and then the third one we were clean. Well, cool. What's up on turquoise? Like we got to sling
Yeah.
some turquoise. What's going on with that?
Where do we find you?
Where do we find the turquoise? How do we buy the turquoise? Can we do some sort of promo code for me? Because I know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding about the promo code.
Keyword Brandon.
Yeah, promo code.
Brandon Pin.
T-Mac.
So when we moved down to Douglas, before we moved down to Douglas, I was in like the Pinell County area selling real estate and stuff, but can't really sell very much real estate down in Douglas. I mean, no one really wants to live there, you know.
That's gonna be tough.
So
Well, people want to live there,
yeah.
but they're not supposed to be.
A lot of
Yeah.
people passing
More than you
through.
think.
Just kind of passing through.
So I needed something to do, and I bought a bag of turquoise and did a Facebook page, and it just grew and grew from there. And now
Awesome.
I try to post like 3 times a week on Facebook, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I have a Facebook page and a group. It's called Our Lady Turquoise, and I just post a picture on there, and I have a great following, and they comment on a piece that they'd like information on, and if they like it, I send them a PayPal invoice, and we try to get it out the next day for them, and it's been super successful for me. And
So do you like build it?
no, so I'd be like more of a third party. There's the maker, the wholesaler.
Is
and then
it
me.
where do you? I mean, is the people? Do you know these people?
Some of them I do.
Are they natives?
Yep.
Anybody?
So it's all native, all
That's awesome.
genuine
It's like
stone,
heavy.
all sterling
You
silver.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know them, like they have their own shop and you buy it from them, and then you're like their marketer then.
No, so they'll make it and then they take it to like a wholesaler.
Oh,
like
okay.
it's no different than buying like clothes or
Yeah.
something, you know. So then they take it to the wholesaler and then I buy it from the wholesaler and sell
So,
it to the public.
Native. That's kind of turquoise. That's the, you know,
Mhm.
like their thing. Is that like a stone that means something to? I mean, I don't know. Like to natives, is that like?
The turquoise stone.
I'm sorry, the turquoise.
Some
Yeah.
stones I think are sentimental.
Yeah,
Some,
I just
you know,
noticed,
I know
like-
Aaron Sinnage, and he told me one time they don't take it off their own land because
Oh.
it's bad luck.
I just
So-
you know like at native spots, a lot of turquoise is like
Yeah.
isn't it
So I don't
like famous for
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
They don't-
turquoise.
Aaron told me that they don't take it off the land because it'll curse the land.
Oh shoot.
So
We have a cool story about Eric Rogers.
Uh-oh.
So he came on here, and like we're just kind of talking like we do with you guys, talking to the world champ,
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah. And we're like, so what do you do when you're not roping or whatever? We're trying to get like rolling. Like you guys are pretty easy to talk to, but some of these guys, it's real like hard to pull out the stuff, And he's like, I drive a tow truck.
he's a tow truck driver.
We're like,
yeah.
what? She's like, yeah, I drive a tow truck. I'm like, okay, number one, that's badass, right? That you drive a tow truck. And we're like, does anybody ever recognize you? He's like, yeah, these guys did the other day, and they asked me if I was Eric Rogers, and I told them no. Like, who's Eric Rogers?
You think we all look alike? Or what's?
Rob Begay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think it's pretty neat that them guys are like that. And, like Larry, like we got done talking to Larry, man, we hung out, went to dinner. That's our favorite part about doing this,
Just meeting people.
is just getting to meet the people.
Now we know you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we know you guys. Yeah. Another number 9.
So next time you see us, you'll hide. But you know,
Here's those podcast guys.
I'm like, they're gonna want to talk to me. But see, we have a bride. We have a lot of hay.
There
There you go.
So,
There
Big
you go.
deal.
so hay's like, man.
He's
you
like
know,
gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
Used to be. Now it's like copper.
no,
Long ways from
copper's
gold.
probably still worth.
Yeah.
It's like more like bronze.
Yeah.
Like if you were like an Olympic,
Zinc.
if you were like an Olympic hay grower.
Yeah.
When we started the podcast, you were gold.
Gold. I was shined up. Now
Now you're like in 4th place.
Now you're
Dude.
trading lead.
I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Trading stem.
aluminum.
Why is that, Brandon? Why did it? Have you guys? I mean,
There's so much of it.
Yeah,
They
is
turned
that
the
what
water.
it is?
They
What?
turned
Well,
all the
when it
water
turned
legs.
gold, everyone
Yeah.
planted it.
yeah. And
They didn't have any water.
now, yeah, Pinal
Yeah,
County down,
well,
you guys like down there's terrible
Yeah,
with
they-
water. I mean, there's so much ground being set out. I cannot believe it. It's sad driving through there, seeing all that gone like that. But and then Saudi Arabia quit buying, you know, and these exporters quit. So it was like a perfect storm for a
For a
bad day.
downfall.
For a
Yeah.
cowboy.
Yeah, for a cowboy.
Yeah, or a farmer.
Yeah. But every cowboy I know, I said, man, this hay's pretty cheap. You might want to stock
Yeah.
up. You know, stock up for the winter. Oh, it's gonna get cheaper.
Just wait till it gets rained on. It'll get
Yeah. Waiting on rain.
But I mean,
Waiting
how
on rain.
much cheaper can it get,
No,
right?
it can't get no more cheaper. We ain't gonna irrigate it. I mean, it's fixing to come to that. It's bad right now.
I mean, yeah, these guys are buying $5 diesel for the swather and the balers too. So at what
bad.
point are they like,
I think
Yeah.
people
We just
forget
won't cut
about that. Like they think like it just like you water it and it's a bale of hay.
Yeah.
Like you know that's
Yeah.
not what happens.
No.
there's a lot that goes
Yeah.
on? in the
There's a
middle.
huge process in between.
Lots of passes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon brought me in off the bench the other day.
The other
I
night.
went out and- when was it? Monday night?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was gonna rain, so he had a bale hay in Scottsdale. He had a bale hay in Buckeye, so he called me in off the bench. I said, "I'll come help in the service." Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty fun. So, well, we sure enjoyed having you guys. I'm
Yep.
sure you will definitely get some sales.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us, guys.
Yeah.
So,
A lot, nice to
Cool
meet you
story.
guys.
Yeah, we.
nice to meet you.
My
guys.
wife's gonna enjoy this one. She loves anything babies.
Oh,
so.
my wife. loves it.
Got 'em.
Mhm.
We got lots of babies.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll be like, who are you texting? Oh, about turquoise. Next thing I know, we'll have a quadruplet table at my house. Turquoise. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
y'all.